And welcome back to part 6. I'm surprised we're all the way up to part 6 on this, Roy. What if Goku landed at Kami's lookout and was adopted by Kami? So last time we had basically Vegeta, Nappa, and Radz showing back up to Earth and thoroughly getting thrashed by Goku and Tien. They left, but basically as a revenge against Goku, Vegeta tipped off Frieza about, him on the planet, how strong he was, blah, blah, blah. So we left off with Tien and Krillin and Yamcha. They went up to the lookout the train too, trying to look out, while King Kai, because he was the one who basically told him this, basically says, I'll train Goku. Well, that was a terrible King Kai. Kami. My King Kai's a little off. I haven't done King Kai in a little while. Kami, bring Goku here. I'll train him. And so Goku obviously got there very quickly, and so he started training under King Kai. Now, quickly on the lookout, we're basically within a year's time, because that's what they estimate Frieza would show up. Frieza was in much deeper space, although he has a faster ship. So that's what we're estimating the time frame in. Where does Krillin and Yamcha land after training on the lookout for 1 year? I say Krillin, their powers pretty much are like a times 10. Yamcha gets actually a bigger boost. He's around 20,000. Krillin's around 25. Reason for that is they do get a one go in the hyperbolic time chamber. Tien, I had at 35,000 before this. He hasn't grown, he hasn't doubled his power, but he has grown pretty considerably. He's gone to 50,000, I'd say, within a year's time. Goku, though. Goku's the interesting thing here, because obviously King Kai wants to teach him the Kaioken. He also wants to teach him the Spirit Bomb. In canon, King Kai didn't know the instant transmission. That's just anime only, so we're not going with that. But that said, because it's 10 times gravity on King Kai's planet, Goku's used to that, but still it's a good training environment. Goku's power doesn't fully double. The Kaioken training does put strain on, which gives him some Zenkai, but it doesn't fully double. He gets about 80,000. More importantly, though, King Kai does talk about the Kaioken and the strain on it. Goku, already being extremely strong, is able to go, actually naturally, by the end of it, do a times 5 Kaioken. But he does, and by the nature of, progression, I'd say he'd be able to pull off a 10. But the thing is that Goku's like, well, I can only do it something that's equivalent to 10 times. He goes into a car, he's showing off. He's like, I see. Tapping into your long dormant ape powers without turning into the ape. Impressive. Impressive indeed. I wanted a little Yoda there for a second. Impressive you are, Goku. Tell me a joke. But Goku's like, yeah, I know there's something beyond this. I keep trying to push him. Interesting. What do you mean by beyond this? It's like there's something deep and primal inside me that just wants to come out, King Kai, but I just can't figure out a way to draw it out beyond. Draw it out. It's like, and King's like, the same transformation is controlled by the moon, but you seem to be able to control this transformation on your own. Perhaps you need to do something equivalent to it. Visualize it. Visualize the moon, Goku. Visualize the lunar capabilities of it, what it stands for, what it represents, and that's part of Goku's training too. And he goes into Kari while he's trying to meditate. That's part of the problem, is that Kari is kind of like Super Saiyan to some degree initially, where you lose a little bit of self-control, at least in the beginning. All of them kind of do that a little bit, but yeah, it's kind of like Great Ape, really, where he does lose a little bit of self-control. He can feel the Saiyan rage. It's about temper the storm, Goku. Think of the moon and all of this glory. Goku's trying, and he can feel it. Something's happening, and his power is just suddenly starting to skyrocket as he's calming down. It's like, what is going on? Goku's power is jumping beyond belief. And as he's about to say, I couldn't get it, man. You'll get it within time, Goku, but you're running out. You only have about another month here. Man, I'm getting real close, but I don't have time for that. There's still something else I want to try. Something else you want to try? You mastered the Kaioken, and the Spirit Bomb took you next to no time. What else could you be looking for? So it's like, well, I was wondering about the Kaioken. I've already got my Ikari form. It's pretty much a much better option than the Kaioken at this time until I can hit higher multipliers. But I was wondering, and he goes with the Kari. It's like, can I maybe try it with the Kaioken? It's like, you want to try Kaioken? Goku, wait, no. And then Goku's like, Kaioken! Yeah, good! And all of a sudden, just Goku's, his muscles start to actually tense. I was like, I tried to warn you. Goku, the Kaioken puts immense stress on your body, even in the standard one. compiling with a transformation like the Urikari form, which is causing so much turbulence in your body, could literally cause you to explode. You're lucky you only got this much injuries. Ah, man. This is where, like, the Zenkais come in a little bit, because he's, when I meant the Kaioken trait, because Goku's literally just, like, tore his body apart a little bit. So he has to spend about a week healing. Luckily, I'm sure King Kai does have some advanced healing methods, though no Senzu beads. Although I can imagine Goku brought some with him. So Goku spends the next month, even though he should be doing it on his visualization training, because obviously anyone who's seen my what ifs to know where I might be going with this, know where I might be going with that. But he's not going to be hitting it before Frieza arrives. Not initially, anyway. But anyway, instead he's trying to get a Kaioken off with Akari. So what he does is he's trying to slowly produce a Kaioken, but King Kai's like, Kaioken is an instantaneous technique, Goku. You can't just slow it down when it activates. And Goku's trying his best. By the end of it, Goku can manage a single Kaioken on top of his Akari form. But it's literally like instant. Like, he can only do it for like a few seconds at a time. Because you know how we see in with against like Hit or Jiren or against Frieza, he can stay in the Kaioken multiplier for actually like good couple seconds at a time. Like, it looks like he's going at actually at least like within context it looks like it's minutes, but it's really only seconds. Still, it's a much shorter burst, like a few seconds, and he's got to drop it. A few seconds, then he's got to drop it because the strain on his body is just too much. It's like you are a madman, Goku. Thanks, King Kai. It's like, that's not necessarily a compliment. It's not a compliment. You're an awkward one. Kami, is everything good over there? Yes, King Kai. Everything is fine. Now is Goku ready to return? We've only have a few days before Frieza's arrival. Yes, I can sense it. About 2 by my estimate. All right, Goku. Hey, you're good to go. And Goku heads back, and Kami brings him back. And he's back, and he sees everyone there. They're all trained up, and he notices Chaozu is in actually robes very similar to Kami's. Wait, Chaozu, are you? It's like, yeah, me and Kami talked over, and I'm his apprentice guardian. He's like, that doesn't sound right. Well, now that you say it out loud, I thought the title was appropriate, but you say it out loud, the title does seem a little awkward. Well, think about it. Anyway, he is my apprentice. He's a guardian in training. My time hasn't come yet, but even I can sense that my time will come, probably within the next few years. Before then, we'll need a new guardian. Without you, won't the Dragon Balls not work? It's like, we've discussed that, and although I'd be happy to see the Dragon Balls leave, I am more than aware of their usefulness. We and Chaozu have discussed an option for that, though. So, they're talking it over, and everyone's all hunky-dory. So they spend the last few days relaxing. Once again, Yamcha's like, Bulma, babe, how you doing? Yeah, Yamcha, that's all great and everything. Whoa, come on, we gotta defend Earth. You can't give me at least some sort of like good luck. It's like, yeah, good luck. Good luck. And they say, oh, Goku. It's like, It's like, yeah, Bulma. It's only a day left. We could all die tomorrow. We're not going to let that happen. I know, but wouldn't you want to, I would love to spend, if I could spend one last day, I'd love to spend it with you. It's like, well, really? Goku again. Not dumb, but he's like trying to piece it together, and eventually he's like, oh, it's like, they're spending these days relaxed anyway. Might as well spend it with the people we care about. Yeah, so when do we go out somewhere? It's like, okay, that sounds great. And it's like, bye, Yamcha. It's like, bye, Yamcha. It's like, Goku's completely oblivious on this end. She's like, bye. When did this happen? Oh my. I sound loud. I'm trying to do my standard Coen voice. Oh, my dear sweet friend. They've been like that since they met. I was like, wait, how did I not notice that? And say, well, sometimes you notice it, sometimes you don't. That's just the way life rolls. And so Goku and Bulma just, spend a lot of time together. He actually takes her out, to actually meet Kami. She's like, whoa, this is amazing. And eventually they do finally share that kiss with each other. And she's, share a kiss. Like, you better come. And she's even been aggressive with it, which Goku's, because it's his first kiss. Like, whoa, but he's immediately like, whoa. It's like, hey, you better come back to me. Come back to me, you'll get a lot more than that. There's like, Goku's like, I was gonna, fight to the death anyway. But if that's an incentive to come back, you better believe we'll do it. Goku's a little like, woo, and even Kami's like,
Wow, it seems he's quite the ladies' man, Van Goku, without even trying.
And so the day ultimately comes where they're waiting, and they finally sense it. Remember, Goku's power is only about 80,000, and he senses, like, whoa, this power. It's like, Goku, we might be in over our heads here. Seriously, Scoob. Even 0.0% of my power is not enough for this, Scoob. Wow, I just did Shaggy abridged Krillin. Like Scoob. There's a Shaggy. I was trying to make an Ultra Instinct Shaggy joke, and that bombed. But anyways, I was trying to go, yeah, seriously, what is that? That power is immense. Hold your ground. And, they get out there, and this time I don't think the Ginyus are there. Because the level of power they're kind of talking about is just, it's not as big a threat as it is in some cases where he asked the Ginyus to come. The Ginyus are still off doing their own thing. But Frieza, Vegeta, Nappa, Zarbon, Dodoria, Radz, they all pop out of there. They say, so this is quite a desolate planet.
My sentiments exactly, Lord Frieza. Although from what I could see from the planet, there are better, more appealing spots here.
Oh, really? Oh, we'll have to visit after we're done killing them. Speaking of which, you must be Kakarot. And you must be his little friends. I'm told you gave Nappa quite the whooping bald one. The name's Tien. And if you're talking about that bald asshole over there, yeah, I might have had a hand in that. My, you are quite the strong man, aren't you? But I'm more interested in the one who was able to defeat Vegeta even in his ape form. That would be... They're just looking around. You, Kakarot? The tail's a dead giveaway. Yes, I'm Goku. But I'm the one you might be calling Kakarot, although the name I go by is Goku. Goku. Honestly, a better name than Kakarot. I never could understand your saying names. Always have the vegetables for some reason. Either way, as you probably have made aware, I am Lord Frieza, ruler of the galaxy. Ruler of the galaxy, acquirer of planets and seller of planets. It's quite the business, really. You see, from what I've heard, you're a genocidal madman who's killed billions of people. Well, I don't know about the madman part, but genocidally killed billions, guilty. You are actually quite amusing. But I want to be sure about how strong you really are. Zarbon, Dodoria, would you be so kind as to test these fools for me?
Absolutely, Lord Frieza. It'd be an honor.
So
which one do you want, Zarbon? I like the big blonde one. Not a speck of hair on him. Just waxed almost. Do you wax? Is that? No, I'm just naturally bald. I wasn't speaking about your head. Okay, this is getting weird. Even Shouts is like,
wow, gay.
That's DBZ bridge. I'm honestly, I never used that.
I can't recall actually ever using that term. I was like, wow, gay. That's not true. I've used it before, but it's always been in joking, and it's never been a sort of. Anyway, I don't know why I felt the need to say that. I just don't want to say, wow, gay. It's like, what? What's wrong with you? But no, it's all in jest. And
that means I get Kakarot.
It's like, actually, I think we'll take you on.
I want first dibs on him. It's like, really? Him? That's sexist. That's discrimination. You at least need to ask my pronouns.
What do you mean?
Besides the fact that him doesn't apply to me in general, I'm a woman.
It's like, you're what? Oh yes. No one knew that. Zarbon's Doria's a woman.
Seriously, does no one know that? I mean, my voice is was the most feminine on my planet. Is it?
Okay. Well, ma'am, I'll take you on.
Now that's more like it.
Very topical this episode. And so quickly Tien just
you think he's much stronger than I anticipated, and
not just strong against Dodoria because they're actually equal in strength. But ultimately, Yamcha still got better techniques like I can't remember the aim of the energy sphere. I think it's just an energy sphere that, he attacks with and moves it, just poof, 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 and just, hits him, eventually, Kamehameha!
How dare you! I'm gonna rape your bitch!
He transforms. Again, DBZ reference. There are DBZ a bridge reference. But again, Tien's just like, yeah, probably a doubtful on that. And just throws it away and blasts it. Oh, I see. So you are quite powerful indeed to be able to just whip Darbon into Doya like that. And he gets the scouter out. Now Frieza's scouters, little count. You scouters, they can read clam chowders like there's nobody's business. But I'm not actually from Boston, so I don't actually have a legitimate Boston accent. Although, anyone who's not from Massachusetts, I'm told I do have a Massachusetts-like accent. I think it comes out when I use the, watched. No, I know D's or T's will sometimes sound like the other, sometimes sound like each other with certain words that I'll use. I can't remember exactly which one it is. But I've heard that's some kind of like a dialect thing from this area. Anyway, so Frieza's, looking at their, power levels and say, hiding it, I see. Very, very coy of you. So but seeing as you've already had your butts whooped to Vegeta, Nappa, and Raditz, I'll give you a pass this time, particularly because I'm now down a few men in to be Shane the Waste talent. So he just gets out of his chair and says, so which one of you would like to go first? And, they're sensing his power. And his power is like that, is that sort of thing. Tien just, this guy's power is unreal. And even Goku's like, yeah, I know, but I'll take it from here. And he just, he walks up to him and say, I'm the one who's going to be taking you on. He's like, oh, is that right? So we'll get to see what you're made of, Kakarot. Fine. Fine, let's see what you have. And then they clash, and Goku's immediately in Kaioken times 5. The maximum Kaioken he can withstand perfectly normal. And he's still strong against Frieza, but at 400,000 versus 530, he's able to close that distance fairly well. And he's still the better fighter, which Frieza notes, but Frieza still doesn't feel the urge to transform at this point. Goku then pushes it a little bit harder to Kaioken times 6! And now he's starting to feel the effects a little bit. But, he's pushing Frieza back. He blasts, and Frieza's now in pain. Just, so, what to play dirty, do you say? It seems you're not of all that weak after all, are you? Very well. You should know, though, that this isn't even my true power. It's going to transform. Behold, I actually have 3 states beyond this before my true form is revealed. It's like, what? He's hiding that much power? And just,
so tell me, Kakarot, what do you have anything to oppose me now? Last time I clocked this power body at, it was at 1 million.
And Goku was just, there's no, I don't know if I have enough power for that, but at least I'll try. And goes into Akari, and, it's like, and then they clash again. Again, Goku's on the losing side power-wise, but skill-wise and technique-wise, he is obviously on the winning side, so it's evened out. Once again, they're struggling against each other. And again, ultimately, Frieza, though, able to just back off enough for Goku's like, Kamehameha! Frieza just starts transforming. I can't, and unlike in the original, this version of Goku isn't wanting to let his opponent reach their full power necessarily because he's trained by Kami. No, it's like, sometimes you can't do that. That being said, it's Saiyan instinct, like, I still want to fight this guy, and he's still getting to fight this guy. And right as the Kamehameha hits, Frieza transforms. Just boom, and the energy output counters the Kamehameha. Ultimately, it dies out, and the Kamehameha does go through it and ultimately hit his body. And Goku's just, the new form of Frieza is already a little jacked up, just to think I barely even reached this form and I'm already in pain. Oh crap, that barely did anything. But now it seems you're wasting your energy, boy. Nighttime, and he starts just beating the living hell out of Goku. Kaioken! And just cracks a good shot on his jaw. And just, Goku's now just intermittently using Kaioken with Akari the best he can, but still something he can barely do. Just, and ultimately, it does reach the point where Goku just can't do it anymore. I only got one last technique left. I can't risk using it on the planet. It might destroy the planet. But And I was like, very well then. And Goku basically is just charging up the spirit bomb as best he can on the Earth, which luckily we know makes a very big spirit bomb. And he's just charging as Frieza's like, Goku, what are you doing? He's like, I need time. And Frieza's finally just like, what are you doing exactly? Surrendering? Victory pose V? No matter. It's time to die, monkey. And all of a sudden, Tien, Krillin, Yamcha, they all get in there, and they're just like, nope, boom. Shingeko! Which we know the Shingeko is actually powerful enough for Tien, who would not have been able to stop Frieza, to put a semi-perfect stone to the ground multiple times. Boom! And it actually hits. And because of the distance as well, it's kind of the same thing where it's more of a delay tactic, but it does hit, and Frieza's just, will you stop it? How about kiss my ass? Shingeko! Or do you know, with your power level, you can't do anything. Or you have F Saiyans, F aliens, and F you, Shingeko! Boom! Or Kikoha! And just basically he's doing the exact same thing and saying, no, Tien, what's wrong, Chaozu? That technique takes so much out of Tien. He's going on, he'll die. It's like, Destructo Disc! And, well, whatever, Kamehameha! And, they get hit. And we know Destructo Disc might have actually hurt Frieza in his final form. It's very likely it could have actually hurt him. And it actually gets in, and it actually cuts his tail. It's like, you... And finally Frieza's like, I've had enough! And powers up to 50%. Just boom! And just blows them all back. It's like, and Goku's just, and finally just throws a spirit bomb at him, which we know would probably be stronger than the Namekian one. But given the rush time Goku had on this one, it's probably about the equivalent. We know Frieza did survive that one. You will die. And he just lands a shot right at you. Tien, no! And Goku's now just it's like, Goku, you need to calm down, Goku. Remember your training. Visualize. And Goku's just like, he's got his rage, but it's like, control the rage. No, don't let it control you. And finally, just Goku's just, he's letting his anger, but he's listening to King Kai's in his head. It's like, and use the anger, Goku. Use it. But use it for your own power. Don't let you become its power. To use a little bit of the Sphinx. You must master your rage, or my rage will come a master. That's what you're gonna say? Not necessarily. And Goku's just finally just going in like a car, and his rage is activated. And he's visualizing the moon, and he's just basically make it work for me. And it's like basically kind of think of a Super Saiyan 3 scene where it's like. And basically now, the power up, and say, what is going on? It's like, Goku's powers going nuts. What's going on? Finally, his tail just goes wild. His hair grows long. Hair stays about the same, honestly, but it's like gets wilder. And basically, the energy output just poof. And it's like, what is this? And standing before them in all of its glory is a thing I always love to do because I frankly do like it. And if I can figure out a way to work it into the story, naturally, I do. It's not Super Saiyan 4, obviously, but Super Saiyan Primal. Which because obviously there's no Super Saiyan 1, 2, or 3 right now, so they'll call it Super Saiyan Primal. Or they'll just think it's Super Saiyan. And meanwhile, all this whole time, all the Saiyans have just been like, what is that? Is he can't be. Is this the legend come to life? What are you talking about, Vegeta? Is he legendary Super Saiyan? Now, again, there is no official multiplier for Super Saiyan 4. Although it's believed to be 10 times Super Saiyan 3. At least that's the basic one a lot of people go when it comes to the math. Some say it's like dozens of times stronger. Some say it's again, there's no clear answer. I always go with the 10 times Super Saiyan 3, which means it's a 4,000 times multiplier. Add that on to 80,000, you're looking now at a power level, roughly speaking, let's see, 320,000 is times 4. Add 3 zeros onto that. 1, 2, and 3, you have now a power level of 320 million. And Goku's just standing there, and he's glaring that primal glare. Now, luckily, he's in control, fortunately. By the way, yes, there's the Golden Uzaro form. I'm aware of this. I feel like this is kind of like the easier way to go about it and actually naturally put it into canon. So yeah, anyway, because there's so much visualization training that goes into like Super Saiyan 3 and stuff like that, that I feel like Super Saiyan 4 would just be the next step and next logical, form of that. Anyway, so yeah, he's standing there, he's looking at Frizz, and Frizz just does not know what he's looking at right now. Kami is just like God smacked, pun intended, Kami smacked, if you will. So ultimately, you have Super Saiyan Primal Goku, and he's there to play for next time. Yeah, I felt like that was actually the good point to cut it off. Until then, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review at some point. Hit that bell if you want to be notified. Thanks for watching. I'll be back tomorrow with Pokemon team videos, who would win, and box office. So thanks for watching. I'll see you later.